Hi, I'm Alex. I'm one of the book bros, and today we're going to be talking about another fan fiction that I really enjoy called Rotted Rowan. Rotted Rowan is a Naruto fan fiction. It is a self-insert, which, if you're unfamiliar with that, is when a character is reborn into a series. So take yourself, for instance. Say you died and reincarnation happened and you woke up into one of your favorite series. That's the situation we're sort of talking about. So in Rotted Rowan, the main character is one of those people, and they have read the Naruto series. They know what's happening. The intriguing part of this is this happens way in the past in the backstory of the series Naruto, and in this, they know the future plot, and so they try and proactively circumvent it, stop it from ever happening. You know, take care of the issues way before they become issues. And in this, they are one of the last Senju, and they go out and they end up getting completely mind-whammied and convinced to basically become evil. They're like, the only way to stop this is to be the villain. They have to be evil as fuck. And so they go out and they start doing all these evil things. And that's the sort of story that this is. So my thoughts on Rotted Rowan are, it is one of my favorites. That's one of the reasons why it's one of the first ones I'm talking about. And it is another very dark take on the series that's pretty lighthearted. It's a shonen series, so it's very epic hero fighting this. And this one is much more political, much more dark, facing dangers just for who you are and being completely helpless. And so you have to turn to evil or unsavory means. It's pretty dark, you know, it might not be for everyone, and it isn't actually finished yet. It's an ongoing series, which might be something that you might not like. That might be something you want to take into consideration. So how I would rate Rotted Rowan. As it's an ongoing series, some of these may be subject to change, but for the plot, the main plot is still ongoing. It hasn't been fully resolved, but it is progressing as you go through the story, and it's a pretty solid plot. They've gotten some changes on the way to the plot, some very big dramatic moments. So I would give it a 4.5 out of 5 stars on it. It's pretty good. It's got a lot of subplots, so for subplots, I'd probably give that a 5. It's got a lot of different strands interweaving, a lot of the different characters, and how they build towards the plot it's very complex. There's a lot of just different strands there. So I'd give that a 5. 4.5, 5. The characters. This one, I'm not sure if you can call negative character development, but if so, then it would be a 5. Because this person goes from being just your average everyday person who's living in normal society and going to be a merciless killer for hire. So, you know, that's negative character development, and, you know, they develop a fair bit. So I'd put that as a 5. The writing is pretty good. It's written by Darkpetal16, who I mentioned in my other video, and she's a fantastic author in my opinion. So the editing is pretty top-notch. No real issue with grammar or them translating from another language. That's like a 4 or 5 on that as well. The foreshadowing in this, again, it's not finished, so I can't tell you if this thing that I saw earlier is going to be a later plot point that just hasn't developed. So I'd give that about a 3 out of 5, but I think that there's going to be a lot of foreshadowing in hindsight once it's finished. And it is still an ongoing series, and it is still actively being updated. It's not dead or anything, at least at the time of recording. I haven't really noticed any plot holes other than the fact that when they started writing this, I don't believe Naruto Shippuden had finished. So there might be some things, if you are completely caught up with that series, you'll be like, hey, they never mentioned this. Well, that's probably because they never were going to include it in the story to begin with. So I would give that, again, a 3 out of 5 stars for the rating. So all in all, I would recommend that you give this one a read if you're at all interested in Naruto and exploring that world a little bit more. The age rating for this, it's a bit more mature, but I'd say anyone from high school to early 20s, you know, 30s, 40s. If you're interested in this, you know, I think you should give it a read, and it's a detailed, in-depth story that you can really enjoy, you know. Overall, I would definitely rate this like a 5 out of 5, definitely go read it, and I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you feel you want to and see more of this stuff. And if you have any comments, put them down below and we'll maybe chat with you about them, you know? See you later.